Hello everyone. Today our topic of discussion is mechanical properties. As we know that mechanical properties are those properties which tells us the behavior of any material under the particular type of loading. Basically these properties actually tells us that the selection of material, that where we have to select that particular material, the application of that material, what is means how we can utilize that material, because these materials will vary means application to application, that how we have to utilize them. These mechanical properties will tell us about that. So there are different mechanical properties like strength, ductility and malleability, brittleness, toughness, hardness, stiffness, etc. Or maybe like you can say that fatigue and creep also. So first we will talk about this strength. What is strength? Simply if we say that the resistance offered by a material to any type of loading, that is known as basically strength, or to withstand the external load. To withstand the external load is known as basically strength. Now ductility and malleability. Basically ductility is concerned with the percentage elongation or elongation of any material. This property decided that how much a material can elongate under the tensile force. As we see that if we compare these two properties, ductility and brittleness, then we can identify the difference between these two, that what is the elongation. I means if we talk about that, there are means like this. If we see the stress strain curve, then we see that for brittle materials it is like that, and for ductile materials, this is for mild steel, and we can say that it is somewhat like this. This is stress and the strain. So we see that in case of the ductile materials, there are two types of deformation. One is elastic deformation and another one is plastic deformation. But while if we see in the case of this brittle material, then we see that the part of this plastic deformation, it is very less, or you can say that is negligible. So we can say that the ductility basically is a measure of elongation, percentage elongation, which we require while we form any material by the application of different forces like forming, rolling, extrusion, wire drawing, etc. Then this ductility plays a very important role, because without this plastic deformation or without this percentage elongation of this plastic this elongation, we will not be able to deform any material into any shape. So this deformation is very important. So we can say that this ductility is a measure of elongation. Again, if we see in words, if we want to define it, then we can define it as like this is ability of a material to be drawn into shape of wires without rupture. And what the malleability is? Basically the ability of a material to be beaten into sheets. to be beaten into sheets without rupture. So basically, what is the basic difference between these two properties? That this property works under tensile force while this malleability works under compressive force. Now, if we want to say that if a material is ductile then it will be malleable also, then it is not true. We can say that there is an example of lead. If we say that lead can be beaten into sheets but it cannot be done into shape of wires. So it is not necessarily that if a material is malleable then it will be ductile also. In case of brittleness, we say that material is said to be brittle if it has no ductility or zero plasticity. Okay, then what about toughness? Basically, toughness is what? Toughness is the energy absorbing capacity of a material. If you explain it, then toughness will be the strain energy absorbed by a material before its fracture. So this is known as basically what? Toughness. Now if we want to calculate it, then we can say that the area under the stress strain curve, that will give you the toughness. This is stress strain curve, and then if we are able to calculate the area of this curve, then it will give us the toughness. The similar property of energy absorbing, there is also known as basically resilience and proof resilience. I will want to correlate it with this toughness also. That what is resilience? If you say that the energy absorbed by the material within elastic limit, then this will known as basically resilience. If this is the elastic limit, then the energy absorbed by the material within this elastic limit, that is known as basically resilience. Now, what is proof resilience? If we say that proof resilience the energy absorbed by the material up to elastic limit, this is stress and this is strain, and this is basically what? Proof resilience. Now hardness. What is hardness? Hardness basically the surface property of a material, which we can define as the resistance of a material to its indentation, scratches, etc. So basically this is, we say that what is hardness then? Property to resist penetration, indentation and scratches. So this is basically hardness. Then stiffness. Basically stiffness is the resistance offered by a material to deflection or elastic deformation. That is known as basically stiffness. So resistance offered by a material to deflection or elastic deformation. This is known as basically stiffness. Now fatigue. What is fatigue? Basically fatigue tells us the behavior of any material under the fluctuating or reversing load. Fatigue the behavior of any material under fluctuating or reversing load. Means what happened in the case of fatigue? Basically, in case of fatigue, if we apply a load on any material for numerous times, then the material will fail at much lower stress than it is desired for a material to break in the single application of a steady load. So this is known as basically fatigue. This is basically the type of loading. We can see that this is, if this is stress and this is time, then this is maximum, this is minimum, sigma max, sigma minimum. This is basically fluctuating load. Yes, either it will be maximum or it will be minimum. Then what about reversing load? The reversing load will be like this. In reversing load we can say either it will be tensile or it will be compressive. So this is maximum, is sigma positive, and this is known as basically what? Sigma negative. And this is sigma mean. So this sigma positive is basically tensile nature of load, and sigma negative, that is compressive nature of load. So basically this is what about fatigue. Now let us discuss about creep. What is creep? Yes, creep. Basically creep is what? This is known as slow deformation of a material at a constant stress with respect to time. The common example of it we can take that the waist belt which we have seen regularly, then we can say that in your waist belt is going to, the length of your waist belt is going to be increased much. It is an example of basically very common example of creep. So in today's lecture we have seen the different mechanical properties like strength, ductility, malleability, brittleness, hardness, toughness, fatigue, creep, resilience, proof resilience, and the further we will discuss in the next lecture. Thank you.